Morning students, today we will discuss about graphs. So, the one dimensional motion where its position changes with time, velocity changes with time, acceleration changes with time. So, for variable acceleration. So, here when these physical quantities position, velocity, acceleration changes with the time, it may be either uniform motion or non-uniform motion, non-uniform motion with constant acceleration or variable acceleration. So, here how the physical quantities are related means how velocity and displacement are related in any one dimensional motion, how acceleration and velocity are related. So, to determine the relation in any one dimensional motion between any two physical quantities, we can represent these relations in terms of graphs, graphical representation. Already we discussed that in any graph, if we want to find out any physical quantity, only two methods are there. One is to find the slope, that is a ratio, and another one is to find the area, which is a product. Okay, only two methods involved in graphs. First of all, how to represent a graph, and second one, how to identify the graph between any two physical quantities. What is the expression we can identify from that graph? So, here before discussing about graphs in one dimensional motion, generally how the graphs appears to be, if we take a straight line, then what is the expression for that straight line and what it gives, how that straight line graphs can be drawn. So, here first of all, if this is a rectangular coordinate system with the xy axis, generally this is first coordinate where x is positive, y is positive here, and this is second coordinate where x is negative, y is positive. This is third coordinate where both x and y, third quadrant where x and y both are negative, and this is fourth quadrant where x is positive, y is negative. So, the coordinates of x and y in these four quadrants are represented. Now, if we draw a straight line, what is the expression for a straight line? Generally, a straight line is expressed with y is equal to mx plus c. So, here this is y coordinate, this is x coordinate, this is intercept, means if x is 0, then y is equal to c. So, at the origin, when x is 0, what is the value of y? That is y intercept, we can say, which is c. Now, if y intercept is 0, means here the straight line does not intersect with y axis, means if y is 0, if c intercept is 0, y is mx. C is 0 means there the straight line does not intercept with y axis. if it does not intercept with y-axis. What does it mean by intercepting with y-axis? Not intercept with y-axis. For example, if we draw two graphs, while for comparison, this is one graph, this is another straight line. So here, this is graph 1, this is graph 2. Two straight lines are parallel. Then what is the difference between them? This straight line is passing through origin. But here, this straight line is not passing through origin. If this is extended, it intercepts at negative x-axis. Now, what we are saying? Y-intercept. If x is 0, now here this is x is 0, x coordinate 0, their y value, this is y, okay, this is y, right? So, when x is 0, the y-intercept this point, it is called C. This is called C. And here y-intercept is 0, that means C is 0. So, this is a straight line which is having y-intercept, means the straight line starts from here. This is the straight line which is not passing through origin. So, this straight line expression, it represents, this straight line represents for which is not passing through origin, which is having y-intercept. This is the straight line passing through origin. This is the difference. Now, we can represent straight lines in so many ways. Then, here we will take this expression only, and if C is 0 means if any graph passes through origin, then this expression turns out into y is equal to mx. For any straight lines passing through origin, expression is y is equal to mx. For any straight lines which are not passing through origin and having y-intercept, expression is mx plus c, right? Now, in any straight line, what we find generally? So, here if this is the straight line, in order to find the slope, what is slope here? This m is slope. M is slope. Generally, slope represents what? M is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. For example, now we will discuss about various straight lines with their slopes and intercepts. So, we will start with this straight line which is passing through origin. We can extend it like this. Now, for this straight line, expression is y is equal to mx. Now, to find the slope m, first of all, if you take any point, this is x1, this is y1, x coordinates and y coordinates. So, at this point B, x and y coordinates are x1, y1, and here this is some y1 dash, or we can say this as x2, y2 second values, this one as x1, y1. Now, this is A. If you are asked to find the slope of this straight line, so here you draw horizontal line and here is a vertical line. Now, here you can find the slope. Slope is y2 minus y1, this one. This is the slope. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 means difference between y coordinates and difference between x coordinates. The ratio of distance between y coordinates and distance between x coordinates gives slope. So y2 minus y1, which is here BC, and x2 minus x1, it is AC. Here if we take any angle theta, here theta is angle made with positive x-axis. Remember, theta is the angle made with positive x-axis. Now here, if here it is theta, here also this is theta. Since the same straight line making angle theta everywhere with positive x-axis, since this is a straight line. So if this is theta here, this is also theta. Now taking this ABC triangle, tan theta, BC by AC, opposite side by adjacent side, that is tan theta. But what is BC by AC? Slope, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Since this is y2, this is y1. In any graph, this is very fundamental point. In any graph, if you take any points, all the distances are measured from origin only. If this is x1, that means that is the distance from origin. If this is x2, that means that is the distance from origin. Now here in between AC is x2 minus x1, then you will get this distance. So always distances లేదా coordinates, they are measured from only origin. Now here BC means y2 minus y1, since this is y2, this is y1. So this is y2 minus y1. Similarly this is x2 minus x1. BC by AC. But for this theta, tan theta is BC by AC. That means slope is equals to tan theta. For any straight line, if you want to find slope, find out tan theta for the concerned triangle, right angled triangle. Now based on this theta, you can identify whether the slopes are positive or negative. If theta is less than 90, then tan theta values are always positive. If theta is less than 90, tan theta always positive. That means slope is positive. This is theta, which is always less than 90 here, if graph is like this, right? If theta greater than 90 means, if theta greater than 90 and less than 180, that is 90 less than theta less than 180, means the graph will be drawn as, if this is the graph, if you draw the graph as like this, this is also y is equal to mx graph, since it is passing through origin. But here slope, if you take slope, always slope is measured with tan theta, where theta is the angle made by the straight line with positive x-axis. Remember, theta is the angle made by straight line with positive x axis. So here since theta less than 90, up to here, up to this straight line, theta is always less than 90. Now here, this is the straight line, so angle made with x axis, positive x axis, this is theta. Since up to here this is 90, then this one is more than 90. So here theta greater than 90. So for all theta greater than 90, tan theta where it is greater than 90 theta means if you take tan 120, just I am giving an example. If you take tan 120, then it can be written as tan 120 can be written as tan 90 plus 30. So here, since this angle is greater than 90, just I am taking an example as 120. So for that graph, slope is tan 120. Slope is tan theta, so it is tan 120. Tan 90 plus 30. So what is tan 90 plus 30? Here for trigonometric functions, in first quadrant all trigonometric functions are positive. In second one only sine functions are positive. Okay. Now here tan functions in third quadrant are positive. Here cos means cosine. Cosine functions are positive. So here cosine functions means cos and secant. Sine functions means sine and cosecant. Tan function means tan and cot. So here in first quadrant all are positive. All trigonometric functions are positive. In second quadrant only sine is positive. Third quadrant tan function is positive. Fourth quadrant cos function is positive. Then here 90 plus 30. Now as we know that first quadrant is 0 to 90. Second is 90 to 180. Here this is from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. This is from 90 to 180. And third quadrant is from 180 to 270. And fourth quadrant is from 270 to 360 degrees. So this entire angle is 360 degrees for 4 quadrants. Now here this is second quadrant where the angles lies from 90 to 180. Now here what our angle lies 120, which is in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant tangent is negative. So tan 90 to 180, tan 90 to 180 all are negative values. So here tan 120 is also negative. Now how to write tan 120? We can write tan 90 plus theta. Tan 90 plus theta, cot theta, that is cot 30. Cot 30 value root 3. So here slope is minus root 3. Slope is minus root 3. That means here for this graph expression is y is equal to mx. Since any straight line passing through origin, then y is mx. Now m is slope which is tan theta. Why? Because here it was there. Tan theta. For this graph, theta angle is greater than 90. Always here we have to take angles made with positive x-axis only. So that tan theta, which is tan greater than 90 theta. So here we considered one example which is 120, which will be a negative value. So for this graph, slope is negative, right? And for this graph, slope is positive. Okay, always here slope given by tan theta, where theta is the angle made with positive x-axis only, remember. Now here two straight lines we discussed, where these straight lines passing through origin only, one is having positive slope, another is having negative slope. Negative slope means, as we discussed here, angle lies between 90 and 180, and if angle lies between 0 and 90, then slope is always positive. Now if we draw graphs, straight lines for y is equal to mx plus c, that means the straight line having y intercept, then how that slope will be determined, how that intercept will be found, and with the slope, if we take physical quantities, what other physical quantities we can obtain in the graphs. Here how many expressions we are having? Two expressions, y is equal to mx plus c and mx. So far we discussed about mx. Now let us take mx plus c graphs. This is x-axis, y-axis, negative x-axis, negative y-axis. If a graph is taken like this, then here if you extend this one, where it makes angle theta with positive x-axis, with the negative x-axis means this one, but here you are taking angle with this axis. Or you can also draw a horizontal straight line here, which is again positive x-axis, where angle is represented by theta. Now here, this straight line, if you take x is equal to 0, but still it is having y coordinate. When x is equal to 0, then still it is having y is equal to c, that means it is having an y intercept. So this graph represents y is equal to mx plus c. You can extend it up to here. Here y coordinate 0, here y coordinate 0, okay. Then you will get negative x coordinate, like here this graph is y is equal to mx plus c. Now this is c. Why? Because at x is equal to 0, this is x0, but y is not 0 here. So x0, here it is having y is equal to c, so this is c, and here theta is less than 90. So this graph's slope is tan theta. Since theta is less than 90, so this is positive. This is positive. Now when it is intersecting x-axis, now here y is 0. Now when y is 0, mx plus c is 0, then mx is minus c, x is minus c by m. So where this graph intersects with x-axis, it is negative x-axis, since x coordinate is negative. Let us take this as sum y is equal to two x plus 4, where we can take y as sum 8. It is 2x plus 4. Now here, when x is 0, then this should be 4 only. When x is 0, now y value should be 4, which is C. When you take y is equal to 2x plus 4, there when x is 0, you have y intercept, which is 4, that is y is equal to 4. When y is 0, 2x is equal to minus 4, x is equal to minus 2. That means for this graph, for that example, we can draw the graph as, if this is the graph, this is y intercept, which is C is 4, this one, and x is minus 2. So this is the straight line, which is in the form mx, where slope m is 2, which is positive. If y is given and slope is not given, if you are given y value as some 8 and slope is not given, then you can find the slope by the expression. Okay, so like that, here m is 2 for this graph, x is minus 2 where it intercepts with x axis, and y intercept C is 4. Graph appears like this. So this is a graph where having positive slopes, right? Where here we are having a graph where slope is positive. Now here we can draw another graph where slope can be negative. How to find these slopes and how to find the slope is either positive or negative means, here this is one method. Just here what you have to identify, look at these steps. If you want to identify the intercept, take x, substitute x is equal to 0, and next if you want to find the slope, take tan theta. If that theta is less than 90, means theta is the angle made with positive x axis only. If it is less than 90, slope is positive. And if you want to find out x intercept, take y value as 0, then you will get x intercept. So these are the basic steps to determine the straight lines, whether they may pass through origin or not. Okay, now another graph. Here I will draw and explain. The graph is again a straight line. Look at here. This is the xy coordinate system. If a graph is represented as like this. Now here this is x is equal to 0. Now this graph makes angle with x axis whose angle is greater than 90. This angle is greater than 90. And here when x is 0, it has some y value. So here this is intercept C. When we write the expression, since it is having y intercept, if we write the expression y is equal to mx plus c, here m is tan theta, where theta is greater than 90. So slope is negative. Here slope is negative. So for the graphs where theta is greater than 90, slope will be negative. Then if we take y as 0, then you have, since slope is negative, minus mx plus c is 0. Then c is mx. Then x coordinate will be positive. Whereas for this graph, x coordinate is negative, x intercept is negative. But for this graph where y is 0, here when the straight line intercepts with x axis, on x axis y is 0. So here x intercept is c by m. Similarly, we can take like this also. the same straight line. Whatever be the straight line here drawn, parallel to this straight line, another straight line is drawn. Then what is the difference between these two straight lines? Observe carefully that here angle is greater than 90. Angle is greater than 90. Okay. Now x is 0, this point origin. But at origin, when x is 0, if you take the y coordinate, this is the y coordinate. At the origin, if at x is equal to 0, at x is 0, y coordinate is this one. That means this is negative value. Y intercept is negative. So for this one, if we write y is mx plus c expression, but here when x is 0, y is minus c, and since theta is 90 greater than 90, then m is again negative, since m is tan theta, which is greater than 90, negative. Then the expression would be y is equal to minus mx, since m is negative, minus c, minus mx minus c. Here where this graph intercepts with x coordinate, x axis, this one is the x coordinate. Obviously when we look into the graph, it can be easily find out where it is intercepting the x axis on negative x axis. Otherwise, if we know the slope and y intercept, we can determine where it will intercept with x axis. As putting y is equal to 0, we will get minus mx minus c is equal to 0. Now here minus mx is c, x is minus c by m. That means here x coordinate is negative. So y intercept negative, x coordinate negative, slope negative. If graphs are in this pattern, if graph is in this pattern, here y intercept is positive, x intercept is positive, but slope alone is negative, right? So this is two more models other than that model. Now here one more model based on y is equal to mx plus c. Already we discussed, if the straight line passes through origin, then the only formula is y is equal to mx. Two slopes are possible. One is positive slope theta less than 90, another one negative slope theta greater than 90 for y is equal to mx. Now here we are discussing about y is equal to mx plus c. If a graph is in this pattern, now what is the slope, y intercept, x intercept for this pattern of graph? Look at here, this is theta which is less than 90, and slope, if you take y is equal to mx plus c, for all straight lines which are not passing through origin, you can take y is equal to mx plus c. Since theta is less than 90, slope positive. Now here you are having y intercept as negative, because when this is x is equal to 0, there you are having y intercept on negative y axis. So this is minus c. Now m is positive. So you can write the expression as mx, since m is positive, minus c. mx minus c. Now you have x intercept positive. It is on positive x axis. So to find x intercept, take y is equal to 0, then mx minus c is 0. Mx is c, x is c by m, which is positive. So again the three steps. First one is y-intercept. Y-intercept means here at x is equal to 0, y-intercept is on negative y-axis. So it is minus c. Second step, theta less than 90, so that slope is positive. Third step, taking y0, you will get x coordinate, x-intercept where it is positive. Right? So here these are the three steps to look for straight lines which are not passing through origin. Here if m is positive and your doubt may be, if theta was not given, only coordinates are given, then how to write? No problem. If theta is not given, only y coordinates and x coordinates are given, then first of all find out y2 and y1, then x1, x2. Now take y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, you will get slope. Here also, for this one also, take y2 and y1. Here x2, x1. Now y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, you will get negative slope. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to take all values differences as positive, take this difference, positive difference y2 minus y1, take this difference, positive difference x1 minus x2, then write down only positive ratio. But since theta is 90 greater than, then put slope as negative. If theta is greater than 90, slope is negative, ultimate. So you need not to worry whether theta is given or not. By looking into the graph, you can find. We don't know the angle, whether theta is 120, 150 or 100, whatever it may be. We don't know the angle. But by looking into the graph, you can easily say that here theta is greater than 90. Right? Then after finding out these differences in a positive way and then put negative sign simply. Enough. So these are the methods here to find slopes. Now one more graph is here. If this is a graph, then what about this graph? What happens? So here this is the graph. Theta less than 90. Angle is made with positive x-axis. Theta is less than 90. So slope is positive. Here y is equal to mx plus c. Theta less than 90. So m is positive. Next one. Here y-intercept. This is positive. Y-intercept is positive. Right? And now expression will be y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. Now to find out x-intercept, put y is equal to 0. Mx plus c 0. Then mx minus c. X minus c by m, where this is negative x-axis. So here first step, looking into the graph, finding out whether theta is greater than 90 or less than 90. Thereby slope we can determine. Second step, where the y-axis intercepts. So if it is on positive y-axis, intercept is positive. Third step, how to find x-intercept. So these are the basic three steps in any straight line, whether it passes through origin or not. If it passes through origin, you will get c as 0. Then the expression will be mx. But to find out m value, this is the only method. Okay. So how these straight line graphs indicates. Now for any straight line, slope whether it is a positive or negative, for any straight line, slope is positive or negative, it is constant. If you get slope as +2 for that entire straight line wherever it may be, if you calculate slope, it is always +2. For any other graph, if you get slope as m is equal to -1, then the slope of that straight line everywhere is -1, means for any straight line slope is always constant. It is applicable for only straight lines, right?